So we're here with the Lexus IS 350. This video is a follow-up on the last video to see if the body shop actually fixed the things that they were supposed to have done right the first time. So before we get into that, got to do a little maintenance. Time for an oil change, and it's been rainy here, so she needs a bath. All right, so to quickly recap what has gone on with our Lexus is we had the sunroof blown out of it. Don't know what caused it. Either it was some kind of road debris or some kind of part off another vehicle. Blew in and shattered the sunroof, showering glass all over my wife, all over the interior of the vehicle, and across the roof and down the trunk. This caused damage to the interior upholstery, caused damage to the scratch paint on the roof, trunk, and spoiler on the rear of the vehicle. We had to get that repaired. And my thinking was, as I carried this car back to the dealer location to where I purchased it. They have a body shop on site of this dealership location that services Chevrolet, they service Infiniti, they service BMW, they service the Lexus dealer, they service all of that complex, and they're located on that complex. So, thinking that this operation serviced all these high-end vehicles, that I was assuming that they would give you a good product, seeing as how they are used to servicing high-end vehicles. Well, much to my surprise, the product I got in return, I was not happy with. In the video I did previously on all the things that I found wrong with the vehicle, I told you that they were supposed to come pick the vehicle up that following Monday and repair all the things that we had found wrong. I had sent him a detailed email and had listed some things that we had not even talked about when we picked the vehicle up that I found wrong with the vehicle. So it was my understanding that they were going to try to come by and pick this vehicle up from my wife's work early on in the day. Okay. Like as soon as business started that day, they would come pick this vehicle up. So we rock on all morning long on the day that they're supposed to pick this vehicle up. And I didn't hear anything from anybody, no emails, no text messages, no contact. And I said, I'm not going to contact them. I'm going to leave it up to them because they said they're going to fix it. I'm going to let them fix it. So lo and behold, along about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, they make contact with me saying that they're going to pick the vehicle up to make the corrections to the vehicle. Now you need to understand that's going to include a complete detail on the vehicle. It's going to require buffing and sanding places along the roof that need to be repaired, okay? Cleaning the trunk rim of a buffing compound, wiping down the upholstery, of what a true detail should be. And, well, that's not what we got back. And let's not forget, I also told them that she needed the car back in her possession by about 4:30 in the afternoon so that she could go home from work. So they were supposed to do all of that work in a period of about 3 or 3.5 hours, picking it up and returning it to her and getting all of this stuff done. Let's just say it still did not happen like it was supposed to happen. Let's go ahead and we will talk about the things that they actually did do, that we actually talked about, and that they actually got right. Right here, you can see, you get the light just right. There it is. There's still a small pimple right there, but they got it mostly knocked down, and it's not as noticeable as it was. It's camera makes it difficult to pick up, but with the naked eye, it's there. And there were 2 more places around here on the back that they circled that were right in here, and they actually got those completely gone. They got those completely out. You can't even tell it. No swirl marks, no trash in the paint. They were able to get it cleared up. But after the other day, when I was out here cleaning the vehicle up, I found more. There's one there. And like I said, on camera, it's really difficult to pick these spots up, but there, you can see it good there. There's a piece of trash there. And right here, you can see them. You can see the little pimples in the trash, in the paint. You can see if you look at this edge really good, you can see where they piled up the clear. All right, well, that's it. That's basically all that they got right. And I say that, because they did actually wipe out the trunk rim. They half-assed wiped off the door panel on the right rear door. But that's it. That's all they did. Let me bring you inside and let me show you what their detail consisted of and what we found that was still inside the car. Yep, that's right. This was supposedly a detailed car. All those little pieces right there, that's shattered glass from the sunroof that they didn't get picked up out of the cup holders. And this car was supposedly detailed. While we're going over the things that they didn't do so well, which the list is longer than the things they did do well, let's bring you over here. I want to show you a spot on the door. It just so happened to see this spot the other day. Right here. That right there is where somebody used a buffer and went too far and actually got into the primer. I didn't see it, until the other day, and I don't even know what to say. I'm just baffled. I don't even know why we're buffing the car down here. This is at the bottom of the door. Why all the repair work was done up top? The whole car did not need buffing. You can come back here. And I told you when they did this repair that they had to blend clear down on the quarter panel some and back here on the door. Well, you can see where they piled the clear up. It's piled up along that edge. It should have been either sanded down and re-cleared, or should have been buffed to see if they could get it knocked down to where it doesn't look like the clear is piled up. I don't know. But I don't know what to say about all the stuff that they did do wrong that I'm not happy with. Either I'm being too picky or they, I don't know. I really don't know. They're a paint and body shop. I'm not a paint and body man, but these are things that there is no way on God's green earth I would have ever leave my shop. Okay. If I, as a shop owner or shop manager, was having to bring work back in to have something redone because we didn't do it right the first time, that vehicle would not have left that facility without my eyeballs looking at it to make sure that everything was done to the correct and proper way of doing it, to the standard that I would keep at a shop. Trying to get any kind of quality. Get it, son. Get it. Trying to get any kind of quality service today in this day and age, it's just, I think it's just, it's impossible. Well, judging by all the things I found wrong, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too picky. I don't know. I don't know. Go down in the comments and leave me a comment and tell me if I'm being too picky or what you would have done. Because I gave them 2 tries. The first time to do the job that they were getting paid to do, $7,000 by the insurance company, $500 of it from me. And, then you give them a second opportunity and they fail on the second opportunity. So I don't know. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Like I said, if I was the manager of this shop and I had to have a do-over on something like this, and the vehicle would not have gone back out of the shop until it was done to my satisfaction, so I could make sure that my customer was made happy. That's just the way I was raised. Is you put out the best work that you can put out, and you do things right, and you don't try to screw over your customer. And I don't necessarily know that they were trying to screw me over. I don't think so. I think they're just in too big a hurry to get the next job in and done. That doesn't bode well for your customers if you're just trying to crank them out and get them slicked over and back to the customer. So I don't know. Again, maybe I'm being too picky. I don't think so. But you can go down in the comments and tell me if I am. So while you're down there writing them comments, why don't you hit that subscribe button? And while you're doing that, I'm going to be working on my next video. But you might like the next one that's coming on the screen right now.